Today we shall be looking at perimeter and area of plane figures. Now, plane over here refers to flat surface. An example of a flat surface can be a tabletop. Now, what is perimeter? Perimeter is the total distance around the outside of a two-dimensional figure. Now, when you talk about two-dimensional, it means that it is having length and breadth, but no depth. An example is a rectangle, a square, a rhombus, a trapezium. Now let's consider, the first one we want to consider is a rectangle. Now, if rectangle, you have to sketch a rectangle. Now, don't forget this is 90 degrees, the corners are 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Now this is the length, and this side is the same as that side. This side is the same as that side. So this is L, this is the breadth. This is L, and then this is the breadth. Now when you're talking about perimeter, that is the total distance around the outside of a two-dimensional figure. So clearly here our P will be equal to L. This L plus the B plus the L plus the B. Let's group terms. You have L, L. So you have L plus L. You have B and B. B plus B. Now L plus L is 2L. And then B plus B is 2B. Here, we can leave it this way. We can factorize 2 and then see L plus B. And this is our perimeter of a rectangle. Now, let's also consider area. Now, area is the size of a surface. So with this, the area of this rectangle, we see the length times the breadth. Area of a rectangle. The next thing that we want to look at is the square. Let's consider the square. Square, all sides are the same. All the sides are the same. So if this is L, this is L, this is L, this is also L. Perimeter, the total distance around it. So our perimeter will be, that is L plus this L plus that L. Total distance around it. Clearly, L plus L, 2L plus L, 3L plus L, 4L. So that is 4L. Now, when you talk about the amount of space a square occupies, that's going to be the length times the length. So L times L. And this is L squared. So area of a square is L squared. Now, the next thing that we want to look at is a triangle. Triangle. Now, this right angle triangle. Now, we can, let's say this is A, this is B, and then this is C. Now, perimeter, that's the total distance around the triangle. So you can say A plus B plus C. Total distance, A plus B plus C, around the triangle. So this is our perimeter. And then the next thing for us to look at is the area. Now, area of a triangle is half times the base times the perpendicular height. The perpendicular height. And this is the same as half. Now, clearly, what is the base? The base is A, and then the height, the perpendicular height is B. So this is the formula for finding the area of a triangle. Now I want to look at a parallelogram. Now with parallelogram, the opposite sides are parallel and equal. And then also opposite angles too are equal. So the angle over here is equal to the angle over there. The angle over here is also equal to the angle over there. Now when you talk about perimeter, the total distance around it. So here is going to be what? A plus B plus C plus D. And then the area, the amount of size it occupies. Now this one, the area is, that is the length of base, times the perpendicular height. Perpendicular that is the area of a parallelogram, and this is the same as, that is our B times H, the B times H, because this is the base. But then note that the B is the same as D. So this is the area of a parallelogram. Now the next one that we want to look at is a trapezium. Now, note that this side is parallel to that side. So let's suppose that, let's label it A, B, C, D. Now, let's say that this is M, this is N, this is P, and then this is Q. And this is our height, perpendicular height. That is our H. Now, perimeter of a trapezium. Note that AB is parallel to DC. Now the perimeter, that is the total distance around it. So we have P plus N plus Q plus M. There is a perimeter, the total distance around it. Now when you come to the area of a trapezium, that is half times sum of the parallel sides times the height, or we say the perpendicular height. Now with this, what are the parallel sides? That is AB, so that is AB plus DC times the height. Now, what is AB? AB is N. What is DC? DC is M. And then times our height. So area of a trapezium, that is half times sum of the parallel sides times the height. Okay, now let's consider a rhombus. And with this AB is parallel to DC. And then AD is parallel to BC. Now, what we are supposed to notice is that all the sides are the same. So if this side is X, this is also X, this is also X, this is also X. All the sides are the same. Now, we can consider that is, so if we want the perimeter, total distance around it, so that is X plus X plus X plus X. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Clearly, what do you have? We have 4x. So that is the perimeter of a rhombus. Now let's consider the area. Now let's consider the diagonal, that is AC. Let's say it is M. And then let's consider the diagonal DB. It is also N. Now know that the diagonals meet at right angles. And because it is meeting at right angles, what can we see? We can see that we have a triangle here. We also have what? A triangle over this. For us to find the area, we can say that the area of the first triangle, that is ADB, and then the area, and we can also add plus the area of the other triangle, that is BCD. Now, looking at it, so clearly we can say that this area is equal to what? ADB, the area, let's call it A1. We know area is what? Half times the base. So the base is DB times the height. What is the height? The height is OA. Now what is DB? DB, we know DB, the length DB is equal to M. And then the length AC is also equal to DB. DB is N. DB is N. And then AC is M. So clearly DB. What is DB? N. What is OE? What is OE? OE. Now AC is M. OA, the line DB is bisecting AC. So that is half of the M. So clearly this is what half M. Now 1 times 1 will give us 1. And then 2 times 2 will give us 4. So you see 4 N M. N times M, that is NM. That's A1. Now in the other one, let's also consider that is triangle. In triangle CBD. In triangle CBD. In triangle C, that is CBD. Our second area, that is half. You know it's a triangle, and triangle half times base times the perpendicular height. So half times DB, that is DB, times OC. Now what is DB? DB is giving us N. What is OC? OC is half AC. So clearly that is half M. And this will also give us 1 over 4 N M. We want to find the area. So the area is, that is A1 plus A2. Now what is A1? Our A1 is 1 over 4 NM. What is A2? That is 1 over 4 NM. Clearly 1 over 4, we can factorize the 1 over 4 out. What do you have? NM plus NM. NM plus NM, that is 2 NM. So this is equal to 1 over 4, 2 NM. Clearly these two cancel this two, so we have 1 over 2 NM. So that is the area of a rhombus. Clearly we can say that the area is equal to half product of diagonals. That is the area of a rhombus. Very easy. So you have any rhombus, we say that the area of a rhombus is half times the product of its diagonals. Now we want to look at a circle. Now the distance around a circle, is called the circumference of the circle. So perimeter of a circle, perimeter is the same as circumference of a circle, and that is the distance around the circle. Now note, AB is our diameter. So you see the diameter, what do you have here? R plus R, because AB is the diameter. So diameter is going to be what? AO plus OB. And AO and OB are the same. So that is R plus R. And this is 2R. That is our D. Clearly, if we want to find the radius, our radius will be what? D over 2. Also, what we are supposed to note that the ratio of the circumference to the diameter is a constant. And that constant is being represented by pi. The ratio of the circumference to the diameter is always a constant. And this constant, it is denoted by pi. So what are we saying? The ratio of the circumference to the diameter is represented by pi. That's what we call pi. Now, from here, what can we see from here? We can see that our C is equal to pi d. Now, what is the d? What is the d? The d is the diameter, which is 2r. So this is the same as C equal to pi 2r. You can say that this is 2 pi r. So the circumference the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. Now, what is the area of a circle? That is the amount of size. The area of a circle is pi r squared. That's area of a circle. Now, let's consider a semicircle. So, with a semicircle, that's half of a full circle. So, if we want to find, that is the perimeter of a semicircle, that's the circumference of the semicircle, it is going to be what? That is our arc ACB plus AO plus OB. That is the arc ACB plus AO plus OB. Now, what is the arc ACB? That is half of the circumference of a full circle. So clearly that is half. Now, what is the circumference of a full circle? Which is what? 2 pi r. Now, what is AO? AO is r. What is OB? OB is r. So clearly we have pi r plus 2r. That is r plus r. Now, area of a semicircle. Now, when it is a whole circle, it is pi r squared. So when it is a semicircle, that is what? Half of a full circle. So that is half times pi r squared. That is area of a semicircle. Now, we also want to look at quadrant of a circle. That is a circle which has been divided into 4 and then one being picked. So let's pick one of this. So we have one has been picked. It has been divided into 4. This is 90 degrees. Let's say this is A, let's say this is O, A, and then B. Now OB is radius, OA is also radius. So for us to find the perimeter of this quadrant, so we say that the perimeter is equal to the arc AB plus OA plus OB. Perimeter, the total distance around, that is AB, OB, and then OA. Now the arc AB, it was taken from a full circle, and for us to find the circumference of a full circle, we say that 2 pi r. So clearly the arc AB, because it has been divided into 4, we say 1 over 4, 2 pi r. Now what is OA? OA is r. What is OB? OB is r. So clearly this 2 will go into 4, that is 2 times. So we have 1 over 2 pi r plus 2 r. This is the perimeter of a quadrant of a circle. Now, what is the area of a quadrant of a circle? It has been taken from a full circle. So you see that, and it has been divided into 4. So that is 1 over 4 pi r squared. That is area of a quadrant of a circle. I believe that this is a very easy thing. Make sure that you understand how these formulas are deduced. Don't just memorize them. Try and understand how they are deduced, and it will help you a lot to solve a whole lot of questions. Now, sector of a circle. Now let's consider that is from center to circumference. This is radius. Another center to circumference. This is also radius. And then this is obtaining an angle of theta over here. Now this is what we are talking about. This is a sector of a circle. Now let's name here A, let's name here B, then let's name here O. So clearly, what are we talking about? We are talking about this. Let's bring it out. We can see, so this is our A, this is our B, and then this is our O. This radius, and then the angle here is theta. Now, This is L, we call it arc length. So for our arc length, how do you find the arc length? Now this space is part of a whole circle, and then when the whole circle, the sum of angles in the whole circle is 360. So here we say that theta out of the 360 times 2 pi r. So this is the arc length. There's the arc length of a sector. There's the arc length of a sector, and then we normally denote it by L. Now, the next thing for us to find, we can say that if we want to find the area of a sector, that is theta over 360 times pi r squared. Now, when it is a full circle, we say that the area is pi r squared, but then a sector which is part of a circle, so it's going to be the angle out of a 360, the ratio of that times the area of a full circle, which is what, pi r squared. Now, if we want to find the perimeter. Now, let's look at the sector carefully. We see that perimeter is the total distance around the outside of a two-dimensional figure. So clearly, we can say that our perimeter becomes what? That is the arc length L plus R plus R. So you say L plus R plus R. And this is the same as L plus 2R. Now, what is L? The arc length, which is theta over 360 times 2 pi r plus 2r. So this is the perimeter. This is the perimeter of a sector. Don't forget, don't just memorize the formulas, but then know how we were able to deduce the formulas. And if you do that, you will never forget about them. Now let's consider our first example. The perimeter of a rectangular plot of land whose length is 2x plus 5 meters and width x minus 10 meters is 80. What have we been given? We've been given that the perimeter is 80. We have been told first to find the value of x, I, the area of the plot, and then the third one, cost of weeding the plot at, that is 24 pesos per square meter. So first, what are you supposed to do? It is best you sketch. What is it talking about? Rectangle. So let's sketch first. Now know that all the sides should be 90 degrees. Now we are being told that the perimeter of a rectangular plot of land whose length. So this is the length. What's the length? The length is 2x plus 5. It means that this side is what? 2x plus 5. And what is the width? The width is x minus 10. So this side is the same thing. That is x minus 10. Now, you are being given that the perimeter is 80. Perimeter is 80. So clearly, our perimeter, you are being given perimeter to be equal to what? 80. Now let's come to the diagram. Perimeter, the total distance around it. So this is 2x plus 5, then plus x minus 10, plus 2x plus 5, plus x minus 10. We've been given the perimeter, so we add all the sides and then we equate to 80. So the first one, that is 2x plus 5, plus we have x minus 10, plus 2x plus 5, plus x minus 10 equal to 80. Now let's group the terms. We have 2x, x, and then 2x. So you have 2x plus x plus 2x plus another x. What do you have? Plus 5 minus 10 plus 5 minus 10 equal to 80. Now 2x plus x, that is 3x plus 2x, that is 5x plus x, that is 6x. So we have 6x. Now let's see carefully. 5 plus this 5 is giving us 10. So this will cancel out this 10. So we have minus 10 equal to 80. We want to find x. What should we do? We group like them. This negative 10 has to move to the right hand side. So we have 6x equal to 80 plus 10. Now 6x equal to 90. 80 plus 10, 90. We want to find x. So we divide both sides by what is multiplying the x. In this case, 6 is multiplying this. So we have 6x over 6 equal to 90 over 6. So this is cancelling out this. Now how many times 6 will go into 90? That is 15 times. So you have x to be equal to 15. Now the first one says that we should find the value of x. And then the second one, area of the plot. So this is the first one. So I. Now I. What is the length? The length, we know the length to be 2x plus 5 meters. But we know our x is 15. So clearly we have 2, what is the x? 15 plus 5 meters. What is 2 times 15? That is 30. 30 plus 5, and this is giving us 35 meters. Now, what is the width? We know we're given the width to be what? X minus 10 meters. What is x? X is 15. So we have 15 minus 10. And this is 5 meters. Now, how do we find area of a rectangle? Now, area of a rectangle is the length times the width or the breadth. Now, what is the length? The length is 35. What is the width? The width is giving us 5. And then what is 35 times 5? This is 175 meters square. How did I get it? We have 35, 5. 5, 5, 25. So 5, 2. 5 times 3, that is 15. 15 plus 2, that is 175. So the area is 175 meters square. Now, what is the third one? The third one is saying that cost of weeding the plot at, that is 24 pesos per meter square. So here, what can we deduce from that place? It means that for every meter square, you are supposed to pay how much? That is 0.24 pesos. Now, so for 175 meters, what do we do? How much are we going to pay for 175 meters square? How much are we going to pay? We don't know the amount that we are going to pay. So let's say that one is X. So if 1 square meter is giving us, that is 24 pesos, how much do you think that 175 is giving us, meter square is giving us? So here will be more. So we say, if more, let's divide. So our x will be, that is 175 all over 1 times 0.24. And here, when you multiply, you're going to get our x to be, that is 42. How did we get the 42? We have 175 times 0.24. But then forget about the point. Let's multiply. When you are done, we bring the 2 decimal places. Now, what is 4 times 5? 4 times 5 is 20. So that is, we bring the 0, we leave the 2 out. What is 4 times 7? 28. 28 plus 2. This is giving me 30. So I have 0, remainder 3. Now 4, 1, that is 4 plus 3, that is 7. Now what is 2 times 5? 2 times 5 is 10. So 10, remainder 1. Now 2 times 7 is 14. 14 plus 1, that is 15. Remainder 1. Now 2 and 2 plus 1, that is what, 3. Now when you're adding, we get 0, 0. 5 plus 7, that is 12. So 2, remainder 1. 1 plus 3, that is 4. Now because it was 0.24, that is 2 decimal places. Now our final answer should be to 2 decimal places. So carefully, we'll bring our point over here. So that was 42.00. So the question is the cost of reading the plot at 0.24 per meter square. So clearly the cost, our cost will be, that is 42 cedis.